Hello, welcome everyone. And this is Seewing from the Real Estate Network. My co-presenter is our investor, Julie and Mark. Thank you for being with us. I appreciate your time once again. You have appeared on many of our Zoom webinars and endorsing what you have done. And so I really appreciate the value of your time and showing people that if you can do it, if you can buy rental properties. In fact, you buy rental properties using regular financing, using your name, which what most people does. But I realized over the past 20 years of me consulting investors that I still find many investors, most investors, not only within our network, but investors from all over the country, they have very little clue that they can use their IRA to purchase rental property inside the IRA. Without further ado, thank you for being with us, and Julie and Mark. I have a very good bonus for our listeners out there, how to use a non-recourse loan to leverage the power of the IRA so you can stretch the IRA to buy more properties. Let's use a scenario. Let's play a game. Let me share the screen again and go back to the PowerPoint. What I'm about to share with everybody, and I'm going to have you play along, is that I'm going to take your finance to the next level. What that means is, let's say, but I know you're going to stick it out. You're not going to sell your properties, but let's getting back to your two IRA properties that you have. I don't know the value. Can you estimate the market value of each of your two rental properties inside the IRA? Briefly, doesn't have to be.
Right. I bought it for 80,000. It's worth 100 now. Little over 100,000 now. And then mine, I bought it for 50. I bought it for 53. Right around.
Hold on. You bought it for 53 inside your IRA a couple of years ago, and now the value of the property is how much?
About 105,000 actually.
You mean to tell me in a mere 2 years, the single family home rental property have doubled in appreciation value from 53,000 to 100,000?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Look, past.
By two.
I know you should have. Yeah, I know. But past performance is not a guarantee of future results as well. So put in mind, nobody have a crystal ball. Let's play that role. So you have a market value of 100 inside the IRA and the other rental property, 100 grand. So you're a total of $200,000 property. Let's play that game. Now, this game could be a real game for other people who's listening to this webinar. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to, you could sell this one or both of the property inside the IRA. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are two consequences if you sell a property inside the IRA. Follow the IRS tax rules. By the way, I'm not a tax advisor. Okay. So everybody consult your own licensed tax advisor.
Right.
Go over your situation. This webinar is merely educational in nature. Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with that said, Julie and Mark, if either both of you could sell your property, the IRA property, for 100 grand, if you sell it, if you liquidate or the entire IRA and you're going to spend it for whatever personal reasons, there are tax consequences. I don't know. What are the capital gains and ordinary taxation you have to pay? I don't know. That's a tax advisor's scenario. You still get to use the money, but the wise choice is for you to, if you would liquidate these two property, one or both properties, proceeds of the capital gains of the selling of the property, as long as you reinvest the entire IRA portfolio, you can buy another property inside the IRA.
Right.
And if that's the case, you don't have to pay any taxes. It's like a tax-free rollover like any other IRA. Am I right so far?
Exactly. Totally right.
Yeah, using that scenario. And then the game that we're playing, which apply to anyone that want to do this, you don't have to go through the exact scenario that you guys have gone through, but you could potentially using the 200 grand to buy all cash a property for 200,000, for example, but not this property, but any investment property, $200,000, and go through the IRA process over again, same scenario. Or, okay, let's pretend you could buy this not 245. Let's pretend this property 200K. We could easily buy this, and the numbers are very favorable. The rental income, you minus your debt service and everything else, and you buy another property, the new construction property in Alabama with their more Spartan Invest. This is the actual property that they have. Again, you can achieve the net monthly cash flow of $428. The numbers work well, but you don't have to limit to this. You can use this time with your 200 grand of combined IRA available. You could buy a higher price property, a property we have in Florida, actual property in Port Charlotte. It doesn't matter, Port Charlotte or not. You could potentially buy this property for $369,900 with your 200 grand. We could talk about non-recourse loan. So the 200 grand, 50-50, right? When you use your IRA, 50% belong to Julie's IRA, and 50% of the money, the other 100 grand of IRA belong to Mark. So you combine your 200 grand IRA to buy this $369,000 property, right? And you put in 50% down payment, and you can use a non-recourse lender to leverage your IRA to more property. So you borrow, you get a non-recourse loan. The borrowing rate was a little bit higher than normal, 9.5%, 30-year fixed rate mortgage on this non-recourse loan. And at the end of the day, it makes sense because the gross rent is $2,600 in this case.
Right.
And you minus all your monthly debt service, you minus your non-recourse loan mortgage, $1,500 or about. At the end of the day, you still get a net monthly cash flow of $379 inside your IRA. You can go over back IRA and grow tax deferral in the whole 9 yards and the potential for appreciation. A lot of people are not aware that you could use your IRA using a leverage of a non-recourse loan to buy more property than the actual IRA you have available. And just goes back at the bottom of this screenshot, we have a non-recourse lender that can help you do that. And so as you can see, the contact information below, and then that's this. As long as their underwriting requirement is fairly strict, right? In fact, let's go over their underwriting requirements. Yeah, you can. In fact, you don't have to put 50% down payment. Their underwriting requirement with their company, which is non-recourse lender, is such that on 1 to 4 units, the maximum LTV is 70%. You know what does that mean? That means you put 30% down payment on an IRA, and this lender will give you a 70% loan to value LTV. Is that amazing? As long as
that is amazing.
Yeah, and then if you combine 5 or more units, your maximum LTV is 60%, so you need 40% down payment, and so forth and so on. We're not going to go over the other properties, but let's strict ourselves to 1 to 4 unit, single family home, duplex, triplex, and 4 unit. This is my business model. Anyway, this non-recourse lender, they provide. Whenever the loan is not a Fannie Mae traditional guideline loan, it's a specialized portfolio loan, it's higher risk. That's why they charge more. Not today's rate is 9.5%. You can still cash flow. As long as you can cash flow, everybody's happy. But in the future, when the lending environment gets better, when the interest rate gets better, this non-recourse loan, you can freely refinance this non-recourse loan to a lower rate. So your non-recourse loan mortgage inside out, so you can achieve more cash flow from the IRA property, and so on and so on. I'm not going to go over too much details about it. So and I know, Julie, you have a well-versed understanding of previous professional background, but what are your thoughts about, for anybody out there? Yeah. So they have personally have 2 choices. One is, like you guys just did, you work straight, all cash with the IRA because the purchase price is so cheap, 100 grand or $60,000. But the non-recourse lending, the minimum loan amount, I believe is 1,000, believe it or not.
Right.
You're going to leverage your non-recourse loan to buy property using your IRA. The minimum purchase price of the properties are 100 grand. So 30% of 100,000 is $30,000 IRA. And this lender will leverage up to $70,000 of non-recourse loan. This is such an amazing knowledge that we are sharing that most even experienced real estate investors are not aware that you can use non-recourse loans to leverage into more properties and still achieve cash flow, even though the non-recourse loan is fairly high in today's interest rate mortgage environment. The numbers make sense. So people out there, they have.
It does.
Yeah. Tell me, if you were to do something like this, you don't mind doing something like that, right?
I'm doing it at all. In fact, I think something that some people don't consider is that he may not have enough cash in his IRA to buy one. I may not have enough cash in my IRA to buy one. We can combine those two. And see, a lot of people don't realize that. Now, I wouldn't do it with somebody you don't know well, but if you're a husband and wife, you can combine it and leverage more property, get more property with whatever remaining cash you have, which is something we are considering as well. Wow.
Yeah. Partner. The best way to partner buy an IRA inside a rental property is husband and wife, like you guys. If you have a trusted partner who's not a spouse, those two individuals or more than two individuals, 2 or 3 persons can partner to allocate whatever IRA they have in their respective portfolio and go together and buy a property inside the IRA and also use non-recourse loan. And the IRA paperwork mention your percentage allocation of your holding on that asset.
That's amazing information. People don't realize that you can do that. And I think that would open up the door for a lot more of your investors to be able to purchase property inside of their retirement account. I just think that's revolutionary. So people should really take advantage of that.
Wow. I have to say so myself. This is powerful information, which the mainstream education is just not out there. You and I know most investors, even experienced investors that I work with, that I come across, when I tell them about using an IRA to buy rental property, they have no idea. They have no clue.
No idea.
When I discuss even using a non-recourse loan to leverage your IRA into buying a higher price property, they have further no clue. They are even worse at that.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's just so many things out there. Like I said, you just have to do the research. I think we met you at the time where we were ready to do some investing after having paid off a lot of credit cards. And for the money that we had to work with, you were a godsend because you had all the information that we needed. We were able to maximize it, and it's really worked well for us. And once you do it, it's a no-brainer. I probably spend about an hour once they send the rents, because all of ours are with Buffalo Turnkey. Our ABC is the property manager. Once they send those rental receipts on the 15th, it takes me about an hour and a half to go through the paperwork, sort everything, send whatever I need to go to, plug it into our system. That property tracker is amazing, by the way. You got to have that. And I think it's $325 a year, but you got to have that if you're an investor, because that's going to make it so much easier for you to do your taxes at the end of the year. You just run the report at the end of the year, send it to your tax person, and it's a done deal. And then you get all the benefits of the tax. Like you always mentioned, when you get the benefit of the appreciation, you get the benefit of the cash flow, and you get the benefit of the taxes when the tax write-offs and things at the end of the year. So it's a win-win. What do they call it? A triple header or something in baseball? I don't know. I'm not a sports person. But anyway.
Call it trifecta.
Trifecta. That's even better. That's horse racing. I do know that.
At the end of the day, Julie and Mark, as we are finishing up on this webinar, here's my takeaway. Here's my big picture. Now, each person out there who are contemplating getting into real estate investing or already doing it and they have not maximized their potential, I challenge everyone to organize your finances to see what kind of resources you have and what Julie and Mark have done. And in that, you can buy investment property in good market, affordable market, using a turnkey system, the one we have, especially because you've done it remotely, you've done it passively almost, like a turnkey. I mean, you can sleep well overnight and your money truly will grow while you're sleeping. So
Great.
how cool is that?
It's
So
great. It's great. And we don't worry about a thing. It's great.
yeah, people like you, have the potential to buy investment property in just turnkey casual markets in the Midwest and South and Southeast. And we have properties in Florida and Texas and Alabama also.
Yes.
So a person, use their down payment to do 20 to 25% down payment and buy these affordable property for cash flow using the regular lane by traditional investing, using financing with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And then on top of that, just like you guys gather up there. That's one way to buy. That's most people, that's the main way to buy this property, using our traditional financing, go to your FICO score, whatever, do all the full loan, documenting your work history and FICO score and everything else and down payment and all that. And the other component, the other bucket comes from the IRA. Gather around all the IRA people have. A lot of people, they cannot keep track of their traditional IRA. They don't know they have so many different accounts.
Right.
One with Charles Schwab, another one Fidelity, another one Dreyfus, another one Bank of America. They can't keep track of these really passive stocks and bond mutual funds inside the IRA. They have no clue whether they lose money or not on those portfolios. Wall Street doesn't want you to know about it. They don't want you to liquidate their Wall Street money so they can lose the brokerage and lose their commissions. So they keep people in the dark. At the end of the day, you have the ability to control your IRA. Right. Use your IRA to buy rental property. You can use the power of leverage and invest over time, compound the money, buy and hold forever for a long time, just like you guys are doing. So 2 buckets of money using your IRA and using regular down payment money to traditional purchasing and invest over time. And regardless of economic conditions, as long as you have a good, manage your money well, have good cash reserve, be cautious and trust your team, leverage your team, the professional property managers and everything else in different markets. And so you could free up your time. Whether you own 5 properties, 10 properties, or 20 turnkey rental properties, our goal, I've been doing this for more than 20 years, our goal is for you guys to only spend 1 hour per month managing your huge real estate portfolio.
Absolutely. It's been great. It's been great. And I just encourage anybody out there, any of your team out there, if they have questions, Seewing, you can feel free to give them our number. We'll be happy to share our experience and answer any questions they may have. Like I said, we were a complete novice, had never owned anything. We've never bought our own home, but we've been able to buy rental properties. So it's been a wonderful experience for us.
In the next 5 to 10 years, when it's time for you to retire, this real estate portfolio will not completely offset your W-2 income mark, but it'll get you close to that. So this is a good backup plan to supplement your retirement, whenever that is. But so before we finish up, Mark, what is your last recap? You're good at that.
Again, I just want to encourage people to start. Just look at the time that Julie and I have been doing this. Our overall worth has grown tremendously just off the few properties, few investments, and the few down payments that we've been able to scrounge up, gather up, put into this. Yeah, we've gone from 0 to a lot, and it's phenomenal. I never knew that it would be possible, but if we continue going like we're going, which I know that we'll continue to go like we're going, and double, we in the next couple of years easily, I can see $1 million plus net worth.
Yeah, very good. I'm not going to doubt you. You're very ambitious. You guys are very committed, and you have all the attributes and mindset to become a very successful wealth builder. And yep. With that said, thank you so much for your time. Once again, you are great to work with, and your endorsement of our services is precious. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Seewing. Thank you for all you
Thank
do.
you.
Appreciate
All
you.
right. Thank you, everyone, for attending. This is Seewing. You have a nice day. Thank you, Julie and Mark. Have a nice
Okay. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.